Hallo und willkommen zurück bei Disco Elysium. Ich bin Esker und ich lerne Deutsch, also werde ich hauptsächlich auf Englisch sprechen. This playthrough isn't blind, but I chose a different character build, so a lot of the dialogue is new to me. It's a very fun game and I love it so much. So, weiter geht's. Okay, we just finished talking with Kuno, and I think it's time to inspect the body.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth.
Oh my gosh, the descriptions are so disgusting.
You seem to be holding your breath.
Du siehst auf dem Boden.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in, even through your clenched nostrils.
Mein Gott, was ist das denn? Warum stinkt das bloß so?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
Der Lieutenant hält sich ein weißes Stück Leinen an die Nase.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
But my Ausdauer ist very high. Let's see. Du lässt deine Nase los, ohne dich zu ergeben.
The smell is repulsive.
1 and 2.
It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Du versuchst wegzugehen. Oh, that's so gross. Eklig. Oh.
Too late. It's impossible to keep in. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Meine Güte.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Der Lieutenant reicht dir sein weißes Taschentuch. Danke. Du wischst dir den Mund ab.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Meinen Sie, Ammoniak würde helfen?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
Sie aber nicht?
I can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Im Gegensatz zu dir. Gut, aber woher bekomme ich Ammoniak?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell.
Nickt in Richtung des Platzes.
If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the freight store nearby.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easier and allow you to retry them.
Du drehst dich Ende. Diese Kinderleiter ist in schlechtem Zustand, aber noch benutzbar. Hallo, Kind.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
Du kommst einen Schritt näher.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
She means it. The fear is real.
Ich will dir nur ein paar Fragen stellen. Du kommst noch einen Schritt näher.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Was benutzt du da der für seltsame Wörter, Mädel?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Tut mir leid. Die Buchstaben R ziert in eine Krone. Auf dem Spruchband darunter steht A Light Above Descending.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Warum schaue ich dich an, Müllcontainer? Du bist bloß ein Müllcontainer.
The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, was könnte Ihrer Meinung nach da drin sein?
Trash, Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Ja, ich spüre, dass da etwas drin ist.
What do you mean, feel?
Es ist eine übersinnliche Wahrnehmung. Was auch immer da drin sein mag, hat eine besondere Bedeutung.
I agree. We should get someone from the remote viewers division here.
Was ist die Abteilung für Wahrnehmung?
All the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division. Their work is invaluable to the force.
Was für übernatürliche Fähigkeiten haben diese Leute?
None, because they don't exist.
Das ist total enttäuschend. Ich dachte, es gäbe wirklich eine Abteilung für Fernwahrnehmung.
There isn't, but we should still access this container.
Wie bekommen wir das Schloss auf?
We could try using a pry bar, the one you took from my motor carriage, or...
Oder?
Did someone say pry bar?
Es ist keine Brechstange, sondern ein Stemmeisen. Scheiße, ja, Brechstange.
Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch, to grasp it once more, as you've done so many times.
Kein oder Brechstange.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go
Schwachsinn.
straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open.
Gewaltparty. Du klemmst das Werkzeug unter den Deckel und ziehst daran.
You stick the pry bar into the fissure beneath the lid and push down. It doesn't take much force. With a satisfying crack, the metal gives way. You can open the lid now.
Weiter?
Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Hatte ich nicht gerade eine Eingebung, dass da etwas drin ist?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid.
Du öffnest den Deckel.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Du wirfst einen Blick unter die Kartons.
You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Turbo noodle? Sounds sick.
Among the threadbare kitchen towels,
Krass.
something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Eine Jeans. Es ist singulär. It's singular in German. Du greifst danach.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Der Lieutenant sieht einen schwarzen Plastikbeutel mit dem Ausschussbeweismaterial aus seiner Tasche.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a white belt. The loops appear stretched, but
Wirft einen Blick in den Container.
the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye.
Du greifst danach.
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Ew. Du steckst das Shirt in die Tüte.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
Nickt gedankenversunken vor sich hin.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Ein entsorgtes Geschirrtuch, eine Tasse, sonst nix.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
Deutet mit einem Nicken auf dem rothaarigen Jungen hinter sich. Ja, wir müssen die Kinder fragen, wer sie dort hineingeworfen hat.
The fuck's he on about? Kids?
Kinder.
You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Meinen Sie, dass vielleicht jemand aus dem Wörling in die Sache verwickelt sein könnte?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay, du fährst fort.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
Du durchsuchst die Essenreste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
Was?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Du siehst es heraus.
Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
How can you tell that die Handschrift stammt von einem Mann? How can you tell that?
Officer, is that your paperwork?
Ich weiß nicht, was das ist.
It is. Look. The
Oh.
plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Am Brett klebt ein Blatt Papier in erbärmlichen Zustand.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
Vielleicht hat irgendwer auf dem Wörling-Essen den Müll geworfen. Ich weiß es nicht. Ich bin langweilig.
Boring. Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies, organized crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even undercover operatives.
Ich weiß nicht, Mann. Das klingt wie ein Befehl. In Befehle befolge ich nicht.
I see, yes. You are what we call a badass, aren't you?
Setzt die beiden Wörter in imaginären Anführungszeichen, was darauf hindeutet, dass sich nicht sicher ist, wie es deine tatsächliche Krassheit bestellt ist.
Tell me, does your badass see more in there, or are we done here?
Der Lieutenant wirft einen prüfenden Blick auf den Müll.
Ah, yes, and it would also be appropriate to start taking notes on the case. It's what cops do.
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Die Tasse. Diese Tasse hole ich mir auch.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Ist das seine Integrität?
Only in its social sensibility.
Du nimmst die Tasse. Der Lieutenant wirft einen flüchtigen Blick auf die Tasse, bevor er seine Aufmerksamkeit wieder dem Müll widmet.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Du schließt den Deckel.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Ende. Das Taschentuch, das der Lieutenant Kitsuragi gegeben hat. Das dir Lieutenant Kitsuragi gegeben hat. Eine Ecke ist mit Spitze in der winzigen gestickten Schriftzung Portier verziert. Dies ist das Fallbuch, das du im Müll gefunden hast. Es ist voll mit Notizen, die ein Mann in enger Schreibschrift verfasst hat. Sieh es dir genauer an. Vielleicht kannst du es ja retten und selbst Notizen zu deinem Fall machen.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Ist sonst noch was dran?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper. desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you.
Dich.
Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Du begutachtest das Toilettenpapier.
It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Du leichtest das Kuchenpapier. Das sieht ja genau gleich aus.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not though. It's toilet paper.
Du siehst es ab.
Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better.
Du steckst das Fallbuch ein. You can do that later. Gelbe Manntasse. Diese Tasse mit kaputten Henkel hat es irgendwie in den Müll des Whirlingen-Rags geschafft. Darauf ist ein Mensch samaranischer Abstammung zu sehen, der in einem Feld von Saffranblumen herumtollt, mit hervorstehenden Zähnen und einem dümmlichen Grinsen im Gesicht. Es scheint sich eine billige Kopie irgendeiner Antiquität aus der Kolonialzeit zu handeln.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
Eigentlich kann man da schon eine ganze Menge herauslesen. Sieh dir bloß die vielen unterschiedlichen Elemente an.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Diese Tasche steht für Vorurteil. Ich würde sie als Beispiel dafür nutzen, wie man sich nicht verhalten sollte.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective.
I'm gonna go this way. Oh, I can't even interact with the fence. I guess because my sight is so low. Es liegen Flaschen darin. Hattest du eine Tüte? Konntest du sie einsammeln? Den Einband dieses Buches zieren eine Rose, eine Pistole und eine halbnackte Dame. Das scheint ein Erotikbuch zu sein. Die Erotik suchst du allerdings vergeblich. Vergeblich? Oh, it went away too fast. I don't know what vergeblich means. I'm gonna look it up in my dictionary. One second. Vergeblich. Unsuccessful, useless, futile. Oh, that makes sense. Auf dem Umschlag ist ein von Flammen umgebener, überaus muskulöser Mann abgebildet. Hallo, Kleiner.
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Ein kleines Mädchen mit roten Pausbäckchen winkt dich mit einem Lächeln herbei, die Nase rot von der Kälte. Ich vertrete das Gesetz.
I know, sir.
Sie stammt mit dem Fuß hinaus, sich zu wärmen.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Was ist das hier überhaupt für ein Laden?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Immer langsam mit dem jungen Pferd, Kleiner. Was ist ein Buch?
That is a book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really long letter.
Was ist eine Postkarte?
A postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write a few words on the other side and send it to your friend or beloved.
Was ist ein Brettspiel?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. There are several different ones, but sailors here mostly buy cards.
Interessant, danke.
My pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Darf ich dir ein paar Fragen stellen?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Wie heißt du?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside minding the register or organising the stock.
Das Mädchen starrt das Fenster an, reißt dann aber plötzlich mit einem Ruck die Augen auf, als erinnere es sich an etwas.
Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
Und du stehst hier draußen in der Kälte, weil...
I'm signalling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Vielleicht sollte ich ein Wörtchen mit den Ladenbesitzerin wechseln.
Oh, no, sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
Solltest du nicht eigentlich in der Schule sein oder so?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Ist die Schule nicht wichtiger als das hier?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
Wie laufen die Geschäfte?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a
Peachy.
little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Verflucht.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Verflucht? Wie meinst du das?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go,
Sie sucht nach dem richtigen Begriff. Im Arsch.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so.
Sie wird rot. Das hört sich ziemlich ernst an. Ich sollte mir das wohl besser genauer ansehen. Du kneifst deine Augen zusammen und spähst durch die knarrenden Bretter vor dem Fenster.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Yes, please do look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games you asked about are also there, sir.
Wie manifestiert sich dieser Fluch?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
Aber Kim, die plasmatischen Manifestationen.
No such thing.
Der Lieutenant steht ernsthaft und unnachgiebig neben dir.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Was weißt du über die anderen gescheiteren Geschäfte?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know what's there.
Du streifst dir übers Kinn. Sprechen wir nicht mehr vom Fluch. Vorerst.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
Du musst nicht ständig mein Herr zu mir sagen. Ich bin nur ein einfacher Arbeiter.
No, sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
Ich verstehe dich nur zu gut. Ich zum Beispiel kann nicht damit aufhören, dieses Gesicht zu machen. Du zeigst auf dein Gesicht.
That's a friendly enough face, most of the time.
Most of the time. Was hat es mit diesen Krimis auf sich?
Crime fiction is about murders or burglaries or things like that, and the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Ja, aber was bedeutet das Kriminal in Kriminalroman? Ich weiß, es ist schlimm. Du deutest auf deinen Kopf.
Crime is a deviation from the law, punishable by either a civil or criminal sentencing. It's what the law prevents.
Warum sollte man über Kriminalität etwas lesen wollen?
It's exciting to people, I guess. They get to imagine dangerous things, and it's kind of like a puzzle, where you can guess who the criminal is, or how the good guys are going to catch him.
Ich bin übrigens selbst ein Polizist. Ich vertrete das Gesetz, wie ich bereits gesagt habe.
You don't look much like a policeman.
Sie mustert sich, als würde sie nach etwas suchen, das darauf schließen lässt, dass du Polizist bist. Naja, wie sieht ein Polizist denn aus?
Didn't mean to offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like Dick Mullen.
Sie zeigt auf einen Einband, auf dem du einen Bilderbuchofficer auf Vespa siehst. Er steht mit grimmiger Miene über der Leiche einer Frau. So oder so, der Körper ist bei der Polizeiarbeit nicht entscheidend. Meine Güte, schau sich mal einer der Typ an. Ich werde nie so gut wie Mullen sein.
Don't say that. He's not even real. You're real.
Stimmt, ein echter Versager.
Cheer up, sir. No need to compare yourself to a fictional character. maybe you can show me some real deductive police work, sir. Like in the books.
Was sind Liebesromane?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man and the bad man.
Bei dem Gedanken muss sie lächeln. Vielleicht stellt sie sich gerade vor, wie sie selbst in diese Situation steckt.
Or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
Wie wäre es mit einem armen Mann, der mit einer reichen Dame zusammenkommt?
It happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process. Or should actually be rich himself, but has lost his family property unjustly, like during the revolution or something.
Aha!
Those are unhappy books, for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then it all turns out just fine in the end.
Was ist, wenn beide Männer gemein sind?
These are not very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad. Nobody wants to read a story like that.
Und wenn sie wirklich gut geschrieben ist?
Well, maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then decides not to pick either, because she doesn't need a bad man. Yes, that would be interesting.
It's like in Twilight, it's Team Edward, Team Jacob, or Team Bella, where they wanted her to have none of them. Was ist, wenn alle arm sind?
That's really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
Manchmal muss man Geschichten aus dem wahren Leben schreiben.
Not in romance books, sir. These are about nice and pretty people, and everyone is happy in the end.
Wie wäre es mit einem Buch, bei dem die Beziehung zwischen Mann und Frau überhaupt nicht funktioniert?
I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Ja, glaubst du, dass sie eine super fürchterlich schmerzhafte Trennung hat?
I don't think it's a romance story if the main characters break up, though.
Sie hält inne und überlegt, was die passende Antwort sein könnte. Doch, denk doch mal drüber nach. Sie stürzen in eine sägende Spirale des Schmerzes und den Schuldzuweisungen, die sich ewig in die Länge zieht, fürs Leben gezeichnet, wie ein Phantomgliedmaße.
No, I don't know.
Sie sieht dich in voller Verwirrung an.
You can take this. Blossom like a pain flower.
Ja, und es schleppt sich jahrelang dahin, aussichtlos und kein Ende in Sicht.
The girl is at a loss for words.
Ihr beide seid voller Feindseligkeit und Verbitterung, weil ihr das Leben des jeweils anderen ruiniert habt.
She shifts and sways on her feet,
Oh no,
looking confused and uncomfortable.
poor girl. Ihr beide zerfetzt das Innenleben des anderen, bis nur noch ein klaffender Leere übrig ist, ein Vakuumherz, das unaufhörlich schmerzt.
I'm sorry, sir.
Oh no!
I don't know how to help you.
Ich brauche keine Hilfe, ich brauche ein echtes Buch, in dem eine unverblümte Wahrheit steht, nicht diesen Blödsinn.
Sir, sorry, sir. I'm still little. I can't.
Poor girl.
It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself?
Und wie ich das bin, stolz wie der Löwe von Serbe.
Excuse me? I'm not sure I heard that properly.
Wie bitte? Ich glaube, ich habe dich nicht richtig verstanden. Ich sagte, ich bin so stolz wie ein verdammter Löwe.
Wonderful.
I'm sorry, sir.
Ihre Augen werden immer größer, als sie versucht, den Ausdruck zu verstehen. Du hast mich gehört. Ich bin voller Stolz und bereit, über Bücher zu reden. Los jetzt!
Yes, sir.
Was sind diese Berühmtheiten?
Oh, kings and queens and generals of old, or artists and writers, or musicians, those kinds of people. There's usually something extraordinary about them. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Kann ich berühmt werden, indem ich eines dieser Bücher lese?
I don't know about that, but I imagine life is great when you're famous.
They're all dogs.
Diese Berühmtheiten hören sich für mich wie ein Haufen Trottel an.
Annette's expression remains ever so helpful, but she doesn't say anything.
Genau, du hast mich schon gehört. Nur Verlierer vergeuden ihre Zeit mit diesem Schrott.
Isn't that kind of a childish thing for a grown-up to say?
Wie kommst du darauf, dass ich ein Erwachsener bin?
You look all wrinkly and hairy, like an old person.
You also feel old, tired, hardly able to catch your breath, your joints aching constantly.
So alt bin ich nicht. Mir geht es bestens, vielen Dank.
If you say so, sir.
Okay, ich würde jetzt etwas schlussfolgern.
You fail to deduce anything substantial. She waits intently.
Da ich ein Detective bin, schlussfolgere ich, dass du ein Mädchen bist.
Come on, anyone would notice that.
Sie verdreht die Augen. Okay, tschüss, man sieht sich nicht.
Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Die Verkäuferin begrüßt dich. Her voice I find annoying, but I think it's on purpose. So I think her voice acting's great too.
Be welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
Bevor wir über etwas anderes reden, Sie scheinen nicht am Hungertuch zu nagen. Könnten Sie mir ein wenig Geld geben? Ich habe das Gefühl, dass es später keine Gelegenheit geben wird, diese um zu bitten.
Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you money. I would be doing you a grave psychic disfavour.
Psychic misfavor.
One has to earn one's success, even if one is a police officer. Handouts are nothing but manipulation. All they do is make you dependent.
Son, you got destroyed there. What an idiot you are.
Oh no. Sind Sie also die Inhaberin dieses Ladens?
I am. The proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Das ist Ihre Tochter, die draußen vor dem Laden steht, oder?
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing her job like a proper girl?
Ja, natürlich.
Wonderful. Did you talk to her?
Ja.
Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her?
10. Sie ist wirklich höflich und hilfsbereit.
My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette.
Ich finde es nicht richtig, wie Sie mit ihr umgehen.
Mind your own business, sir. In our society, people don't get to tell each other how to raise their children. It's none of your or anyone's business.
Okay, wechseln wir das Thema.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense.
No,
yes.
I want to say,
How's my
ich bin
precious doing?
hier, um den
She's a
freien
good
Market
girl.
abzulösen und die Kinderarbeit aufzuschaffen.
You must be kidding. There's nothing like that happening.
Kommt ganz darauf an. Wie viel Geld geben Sie ihr?
Good, sir. What does a young child do with money anyway? No, I save it for her, as a fund. She's securing her financial future out there.
Ach, da habe ich mich voll geirrt.
Indeed. Are we done with the jokes now?
Yes, we've had quite enough fun here. Right.
Die Lieutenant wippt mit dem Fuß.
The woman before you scans the store, her shoulders rigid and tense. Every now and then, she nudges her glasses.
Das Mädchen vor der Tür hat erwähnt, dass der Laden verflucht ist.
Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her.
No.
This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Und wenn ich ein Buch kaufen möchte?
Then why are you talking to me? Everything is on the shelves to browse. Don't you feel compelled to buy anything? See those shelves there? Go. Be drawn.
Be drawn. Also, was für Bücher haben Sie hier?
Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
Na schon, ich werde mich umsehen.
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Adieu, einstweilen. With the crowbar in the hand.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded, Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez.
Du betrachtest die Karte vom Insulinda.
This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Ile de Fantôme.
Did you guys have the show Caillou in Germany? Or wherever you're from? We had this kid show called Caillou, and we only found out years later that Caillou just means pebble in French. It's not a real name, or I don't think it's a usual name. Caillou, Caillou. Und sonst?
Ozon, Laurentide, Fas à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the color fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou, in a bookstore. It's you. Radiating outwards from you, the suzerain Revachol. With a radius of 80 kilometers, still, the crown jewel of this Isola would be barely visible.
Du hast kneifst du die Augen zusammen. Kannst du often Inseln Städte sehen?
You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran, Villiers, on Seminine, Olduvai, and on Laurentide, Deora of the Seven Seas.
Du betrachtest die Ränder der Karte.
The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Windy is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seol is the west azimuth. Isolas, they're called. Connections to other worlds. Words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You only know you've never been there. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. Perhaps they are gods, gods of distance and outer dust.
Du betrachtest die Karte vom Revachol.
The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center, teeming with life forms and construction. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol East.
Und westlich vom Fluss?
Huron. It's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's almost as bad, and much larger. Then Coal City. It's the worst.
We live in Jamrock. That's our Zuhause. And Martinez?
It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. No, Coal City is worse. A charred limb. Rain falls on its slick black streets. And then there's the burnt-out quarter in the heart of Jamrock. Is it cold in this bookstore? Or is it just you? No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive.
That always gives me chills. That line. This is somewhere to be. You are still alive. Du betrachtest die Karte von Martinet.
It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour, even the whirling in rags there.
Kan ik deze kaarten kaufen?
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. They're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though.
Sie unterschätzen meine Ressourcen, aber okay. I have 40 cent.
Yes. Are you interested or not?
I'm gonna try to steal it because I don't have the money.
Slowly,
Oh.
you move your hand toward the map attached to the board. Before you even reach the map, you're interrupted.
Perhaps not. It's against RCM policy to defraud small business owners.
Sounds good, Kim. Time to get some money, I suppose. Dies ist ein Buch über Pastetten. Dieses Buch, du verstehst nicht so recht, worum es darin geht, und es scheint dir auch nicht wichtig. Ein Buch über die Kultur der Boyaderos. Es rät zur Freiheit und empfiehlt das Glück stromaufwärts. Goes too fast. Dem Buch zufolge musst du einen franco-nigerischen Stahlkörper erlangen. Neckes... too fast again. Ein Buch über die Zukunft, in der Regierung mittels Funktechnik der Gedanken der Bürger liest. Time to get some money. Du hörst das entfernte Geschrei von Seevogeln. Gelbe Plastiktüte Frit. Auf dieser Plastiktüte steht Frit, sick, geschrieben, auf eine dynamisch-energische Weise, die großartige Preise vermuten lässt. Als du sie aufreißt, stoßt dir ein malziger Duft ins Gesicht. Riecht nach Hefe und Bier. Der perfekte Platz für etwas Tara. Eine Gabe von Einschusslöchern zieht sich über die Mauer. In der Anzeige steht Fenster kaputt, Tibbs schafft Abhilfe. Tibbs. And I'm going to run to the Frit store to sell some of this tear. Para. I think they made up that word if I'm not wrong. I don't think that's a real word. Frit. Sick.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Du legst deine Flaschen ein.
Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Ende. Running. Hello, Gärtner.
Hello again, officer. How are things?
Haben Sie immer noch Ihr Salze? Ich glaube, die könnte ich gut gebrauchen.
Sure. I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
Ich muss los. I'm gonna buy the map, and then I'm gonna go back to the body. Die Leiche. Und ich werde I want to see if I can see.
Several maps have been attached. The maps look old and faded.
Always good to be informed of your surroundings.
And now we have a map. That's so pretty. Die Hafenviertel von Martinez, Fischerhütten, and Kirche. We never see this building. I think that it was like never built or maybe destroyed. Bezirk Martinez im Viertel Jamrock der Sonderverwaltungszone Revachol. Is there an accent over the R? Huh. And the waves and the way that the world is just collapsing over here. Sailboats. So pretty. Run, run, run.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is it. You crack open the ammonia ampoule and breathe in. The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it. Your muscles tense up. The vision in your dead angle darkens. You feel the sudden urge to push your hand into his soft gut.
Yeah, I've never heard deinen toten Winkel. But in the opening it says that too, lies in your dead angle. I've never heard that phrase before. I wonder if that's something they made up to be poetic or if that's a real phrase. Riechen die immer so?
They do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
Du gehst näher heran.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Du untersuchst die Stiefel.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow.
Was für Stiefel sind das?
They are armor, no boots. Technically speaking, these are sabatons.
Panzerschuhe. Mit seinem Notizbuch unter dem Arm geht der Lieutenant in der Hocke, die Sohlen zu begutachten. Na gut, also was für eine Rüstung ist das?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Wo?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Wo ist der Rest davon? Wurde von den Einheimischen gestohlen?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Mit einem Nicken deutet auf Kuno, der euch verdächtig beraubt.
If you wear those pieces, it will help me protect your mortal coil.
Warum braucht meine sterbliche Hulle den Schutz?
Yes, bullets will fly. They always do. And the coil is fleshy and mush and permeable. Cast it in ceramic shell. Resist death.
Vielleicht hat nur diese Stiefel getragen und es gibt gar kein Rest der Rüstung.
No, I think he had something precious underneath the clothes. They had to remove the jeans and shirt we found to get to it. And this kind of armor is often worn under fabrics.
Und wenn sie ihm befohlen haben, sich auszusehen, bevor sie ihm enthängt haben, ihn zu demotigen?
They usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
Fucking talking about underpants.
No. Dieses Material ist hier irgendwie fehl am Platz.
It is. It's expensive.
Der Lieutenant malt mit seinem Zeigefinger in Kondenswasser auf der Keramik einer Linie. Kondenswasser? Condensation. Yes.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
Oh no. Was kostet der Spaß denn?
For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
Das klingt nach einer Menge.
As a wage, it's regrettably small. But for a piece of hardware, yes, that's a lot.
Wie konnte sich dieser Mann eine so teure Ausrüstung leisten?
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
Ein vorläufiger Bericht?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report on Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Die Ausrüstung ist für eine Sicherheitsbediensteten, aber auf sehr hohem Niveau.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Du klopfst an den Stiefel.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. The pry bar in your hand is itching for some action.
Du haust mit dem Brechstange gegen den Stiefel.
The metal connects with the same ding. The sound does not appear to get louder.
Did you hear that? A click?
Stimmt, wie rollende Würfel.
This is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads the incoming energy horizontally, from plate to plate. When the plates connect, there's a click. That's the sound you heard. See these lines?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether. Like the scales of some ancient white monster, cracked and pearly.
Du ziehst den Stiefel ab.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Du klemmst dir den Stiefel unter den Arm.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop!
Mahnt dich der Lieutenant mit strenger Stimme. Sieht dich an, wie du den Stiefel unter dem Arm hältst.
Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Was ist?
Even the mongrels can see you're about to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Ich würde ihm den Kopf abreißen, nicht wahr?
Yes, that's what I said. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Das ist fortschrittliche Feintechnologie. Wir sollten ihre Schwächen herausfinden.
This is not the enemy. This is the deceased, the victim, in a murder investigation.
Is he now? A sense of danger emanates from the remains of the person in front of you. For a quarter of a second, he appears to be looking at you. The stench of death makes your eyes well up.
Ich habe das Gefühl, dass wir ihm noch über den Weg laufen werden, auf die oder andere Weise.
There's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
I want to get the boots, but I also want to do the honor thing. But I want the boots more. Guter Plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Was wird denn aus den Stiefeln?
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Du weichst zurück und betrachtest die Leiche.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
Du untersuchst den Gürtel.
The hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. Oh my, there's something on the belt. A familiar word that speaks to the thirst within you.
Was war das? Ein Wort?
Vermilion, in yellow letters, along the length of the twisting cargo belt. Only a deep longing for vermilion golden spirits lets you decipher the fading logo of the local brewery.
I'm being sober this run. Das wäre jetzt ein schlechter Moment, etwas zu trinken, nicht?
Extremely.
Und was für ein Seil ist das?
Industrial strength. The kind used for tying cargo to lorries.
Mir fällt nichts anderes als ein Hafen ein.
Yes, it looks like they use whatever was on hand, paying no attention to not incriminating themselves.
Dann haben wir also Hafenarbeiter in Verdacht.
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You?
Ich meine, dass es etwas anderes war.
Yes, it often is. This bell worries me.
Die wollten sicher gehen, dass auch oben bleibt. Der Polyester scheint fast fest zu sein.
It's not merely polyester. It's still reinforced. See these lines? This is where the wires run. I see rabbits for more than 20 strands. This makes getting him down much more problematic than I had assumed.
Wie haben die ihn überhaupt da hochbekommen?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Zeigt auf die Schnalle, die den Gürtel an den Ast bindet.
I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing out there.
Du weichst zurück und betrachtest die Leiche.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt, limbs limp and torso covered in tattoos.
Du untersuchst die Tätowierungen.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
Wovon wird meine gesegnet sein?
Alcohol and heartbreak. Your fist clenches suddenly.
Einschusslochen. Sie werden mit Einschusslochen übersät sein.
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
Ist das eine Karte des Nachthimmels?
A map of the stars. I do see some similarity to astronomical charts. Great Century Messinian, maybe. But this seems more particular. Customized somehow.
As if someone left out most of the night sky, filtering it through personal choice. The principle of this filter remains unknown to you. The thought dissipates, and you feel as though you were only half right.
Ich übersehe hier etwas.
So am I.
Plötzlich erklingt ein Hörsgeräusch, als der Lieutenant den Reißverschluss seiner orangen Jacke öffnet.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
Du lässt den Lieutenant arbeiten.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
Holt zwei Blitzlichtbirnen mit Metallkappen hervor und klemmt sie an der dafür vorgesehenen Halterung an der Seite des Apparats fest. Dort funkelt ein dünner Schlitz.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
Richtet die Kamera auf die Leiche und späht hindurch. Die Linse muss scharf gestellt werden. Dann
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
I love the art in this game.
In case we need it.
Sagt der Lieutenant und schüttelt das Papier, es in kalten Wind trocknen zu lassen. Raining. Darauf ist eine 1:1 Kopie der tätowierten Brust des Toten zu sehen. Cooler Apparat.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
Schiebt die Kamera wieder zu und packt sie an seinem Gürtel weg. Wofür brauchen wir dieses Foto?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Kann ich es haben? Ich möchte es mir später anschauen, ohne den Leichengeruch.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
Er gibt dir das eingerollte Stück Fotopapier. Es ist kaum größer als ein Zigarettenschachtel.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Okay, ich mache hier eine Pause. Danke fürs Zuschauen und tschüss.